Hello, and welcome to Coping with Donald. I'm Phil. You notice I'm wearing my pirate shirt. So to wear my pirate shirt to do this, I had to pretty much really want to talk about something. I've had some comments to some of my little videos, and a lot of them say, Trump all the way, Trump 2028. I support Trump till death. All that kind of stuff, and that's fine. That's okay. You do you. But I did have one guy, and he wasn't offensive or anything. Let's just get that up front, so I'm going to not be offensive back. And he said that Trump is protecting freedoms in the West. Uh, what freedoms is he protecting? Uh, I, Europe is considered the West as well, Western Hemisphere, the Western economic system. And he's only antagonistic to them. As in his latest speech to them, it's amazing how he can come out and insult everybody and then expect things from them. I'm not even going to talk about Greenland. But let me give you, I've got like 8 or 9 examples. I think maybe 6 directly qualify as freedoms that are being threatened right now. And I wrote this in like 10 minutes. I'm sure if you gave me a lot more time, I would come up with a lot more examples. Uh, First of all, our freedom of the press has pretty much been taken away. Our press is directed to do and say what Donald Trump wants them to do and say. The Pentagon, you have to sign papers agreeing to get Pentagon approval before you mention something, which is not a freedom. Um, the lawsuits, off the charts. If you say something that Donald Trump doesn't like, if you're a reporter and you say something, your network will get sued. That is not freedom of the press. That is my phone. I don't know the number. I really don't want to pick it up. And then you hear that pause. And then you hear the click on the other end as they get on. They realize you answered the phone. All that is trouble. That's nothing good ever. All right, where were we? If you come down hard on Donald Trump, he won't let you into his press conferences, and he lets people in that are really non-serious actors in the press area, people like me. So the press is totally panicked. For the second thing, Trump has been involved in trying to direct TV programming. I don't want this person on the air. I want that person on the air. What president has ever gotten involved with TV programming? And this is just part and parcel how Trump very often interferes in business decisions. No, you can't ship that to them. Now, we've always had that because of like national security issues and the like. But he tries to get involved with how press releases should be, how you should be hiring employees, what products you should make and not make. He is way too involved in business decisions, and the tariffs are proof of that as well. He wants to tell you where to make things. Now, I am not thinking that's a bad thing necessarily, okay? I actually am not going to say that. There are a lot of instances where products and producers and companies should be more tilted towards Americans, towards the countries they're supposed to be in, that they're supposed to provide products for. But that's not how Trump sees it. Trump wants to deregulate everything and make the consumer really be under the thumb of corporations. Um, but it's been Republican strategy forever to not interfere in business decisions. And Trump does that all the time. Just now he threatened Jamie Dimon, because Jamie Dimon, here's one freedom of speech, he said some things that Trump didn't like. He's the president of Chase Manhattan Bank, so he's suing the bank and Jamie Dimon because he wants to promote Bitcoin largely for himself, and Jamie Dimon's not very excited about it. The president of the United States wants banks to make decisions that will benefit him. Okay? That's not protecting anybody's freedoms or protecting the West or doing anything for you as someone watching this video. ICE is racial profiling, and the government is having a vicious ICE department to instill fear in the people of the United States. So we'll let Trump do whatever he wants. And they're using racial profiling. None of these things are promoting freedom. Women's rights. He put in the Supreme Court that decided to switch abortions back to the states, and now doctors live in fear if a woman has a miscarriage. They don't want to treat her. Women are living in fear in southern states. Their rights literally have been taken away. That is not freedom. He has just told 75 countries that you can't get visas to the United States anymore, traveling visas. 75 countries. I know someone will come on and say, oh yeah, but they overstayed their visa and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, but a lot of people just want to visit and spend money here. He's constantly doing the shakedowns. His latest one now is his peace board that he wants to set up, and he wants every country to pay $1 billion to get into the peace board. And that money doesn't go to the United States. It goes to a Trump fund. The same thing as when he kidnapped the president of Venezuela, and Venezuela said, here, take a lot of this oil for us. That money, I'm not sure that's going into the Treasury. If any of you can find reasonable sources that say it is, go ahead. But he's setting up bank accounts in places like Qatar and other places like that to put money in. He says, I will have control over the funds. Who wants to let Donald Trump have control over the funds? Not the U.S. government, not Congress, Donald Trump. Another shakedown, this is very typical, was when last fall the government was shut down because the Democrats wanted Medicare to continue on, Medicare premium supplements to continue on into the new year, so a lot of people could keep their Medicare. I'm sorry, Medicaid. Let me just get the Medicaid, okay? For the very poor. No, Trump said no. I'll only let the government come back if you make Medicaid, kick people off and not have supplements. And now people are dropping their Medicaid because they can't afford it. They're uninsured, and a lot of people are continuing it because they're sick. And the premiums have gone skyrocketed because the government didn't continue the supplemental payments. And don't tell me they can't afford them. They want $500 billion more this year, or Trump does, for defense. I hope they don't give them that. Okay? That is scary. Remember that under fascism, you have whatever freedoms you have until the government just says no. We did the other things with the other people. Now we're taking your freedoms. I just, it's just not true that he's protecting your freedoms or the freedoms of Western societies. And like I said, I just put 10 minutes into that. That's all. Show me where he's protecting somebody's freedom and what that freedom is. This has been Coping with Donald. I'm Phil, and have a nice day.